Peace be upon you. Let's look at love and relationships so we can put that past us. Okay. Take a deep breath in, please. Praise thy you, the eternal one, ruler of the universe, whom has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this moment. Emperor. Cessation of a conflict. There's a return. We're doing this clockwise. We're going to the right. To the right, to the right. Okay. Something's returning. This is someone that you've given an object to of some sort. The excuse may be that they want to bring it back. Judgment in reverse. Okay, I don't think you're ready, nor do you want it, per se. You may be fearful, so you did not leave each other on good terms, per se. Or something actually, once you split, the communication afterwards, as in you had some form of a breakdown in connections, miscommunication, blocking one, false information, third parties interference, voices from outside of this connection, influence, someone else's interests and so on. Something meddled with this connection. There was an external interference here. It had nothing to do with any of you. No. Something definitely interfered here. Blocked or stopped someone from returning towards you. Put thoughts in their mind. You've dealt with someone who has had a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. They were either responsible for the financial well-being, the future of their family, relatives, parents, etc. As in, many people seem to be dependent upon them. They also have children that they've had to either leave behind, so they either travel a lot, work abroad, etc. Whatever work they do is pretty hard, it's pretty stressful. They don't speak of it. They don't mix things, personal relations. They try then to keep things separate. Hence, where in the unknown, in what was not said, that, evil started to cast shadows on. It's the realm of potential. Because they did not or could not speak, or you may have jumped to conclusions, or you had the tendency to fill in those blanks or those voids. I still feel there's been some influence here. Either you came across some profile online, you may have done some research and so on. You try to find them, occupation-wise, who they are, etc. And you may think you found something, but you may have actually been wrong about it. And vice versa. They as well did not quite understand who you were, etc., how to behave. Because we have judgment in reverse. Powerful cards here. It's a number of change, transformation, and challenge, conflict. So it's also pointing us to a choice or a decision being made, a very important one, that marked or defined the whole process, how it ultimately ended up turned out in the end, ultimately. But very powerful cards. There is no confusion. There is no deception. Ifs and buts or maybes or with this Emperor. This is someone also obviously does not like to be contradicted, challenged, does not play any games, has no time for it, very mature. But they do have that role of the masculine that claims, demands a specific kind of a respect or behavior from their counterpart, or rather even attempts to impose it to some extent. So this is someone either that comes from a different culture, has a different perspective when it comes to gender roles. It's a very specific culture. And you may have perceived that as being toxic. In reality, what it was telling you is that they're taking this connection seriously. They just need you to trust them, which for you was impossible because you lacked information. So judgment means simply false perception, falsehood, interference from rather than an angel to clarify, to mediate, to bring two people together in alignment and harmony. And it did quite the opposite. It separated. Very serious masculine. Last but not least, okay, it's another card of conflict in reverse. You're coming out of a conflict with someone. Current energy. 9 of Wands. 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Pentacles, sorry, in reverse. Which is not a 5, it's a 3, it's a 3. It's the same energy of, not being able to work together, not aligning in a practical sense, not finding solutions. So the masculine was very firm and clear in what they proposed or how they proposed to move forward with this connection, whereas they may have clashed. Strong characters for the both of you, and you felt that as a bit out of place, out of order, unnatural. You didn't like it. In reality, it may have to do with you not being ready. That's what you discovered, that you're not really emotionally or practically available to have a relationship, no matter how much you actually connect. So it's not about them doing anything wrong. It was about whatever they said or proposed to you in a very firm, clear, and tangible manner. And your fear when it comes to how that, you actually believe them. And that was the trigger for you. You determined you're not ready. Yeah, you weren't willing to. And it's that simple. They may have said, okay, we're going to do this. I take care of all of this because they are going to be the provider. But automatically that means you have to make some compromise. So they may have proposed either to moving together or to travel to a different country and so on. Either way, you weren't ready. So the fact that, again, confusion, there's a spirit of confusion to do with judgment in reverse. You fell on the first thing that you saw. I saw clearly a 5, literally, and I kept looking at it, but there are 3 people there. Yeah, it's a 3. It's not a 5, it's a 3. Yeah, and the 9 of Wands. Pentacles and Wands, the passions, work, decisions, skills, abilities, effort, time, resources. Yep, it's you. It's time you accept it. Someone did absolutely nothing wrong. This card is actually telling you they're the one. Strong Aries in their chart. It was you. You resisted. You did not accept the offer. You did not want to work with them for whatever reason. The actual genuine reason, let's reveal what's actually hidden there, right? Let's look at it for what it is. You got cold feet. You got terrified. You sought for any kind of an excuse to sabotage this or so on. Yep, yep, yep. They did absolutely nothing wrong. If ever there is a masculine, this is the energy right here. And the Nine of Wands in reverse, you may have felt as if it would require too much of an effort for you. That you don't have what it takes, you don't have the energy, the resources, and so on. That you're too tired and so on. What they were proposing is for you to leave something behind, whether it's a mindset, your current lifestyle, your current job, city, whatever. You needed to leave a state of, you were in some form of a battle, fight or flight mode. You were in fight or flight mode. You were struggling terribly. You either got hurt by someone recently, you were going through a lot, lost a lot, nothing was working for you. You were definitely in between a rock and a hard place here. In a corner somewhere. And this is past energy. You met someone like a protector who could provide you with the opportunity for you to leave this behind. He may have even told you something of the sort. You were in some form of an automatic pilot, basically. And he may have told, don't talk about that. It's not relevant. I don't care. He may have started trying to talk about what you're currently going through. So you may have felt misunderstood. Your victimhood was not acknowledged by this emperor because they didn't see you as a victim. That's not what they connected with. Who you were, what you were doing at the time, your lost battles. And no, that's not what they connected with. They recognize their feminine. They know who their feminine is. An emperor always knows who their feminine is. But so does the feminine. You know they were the one. Now, whatever excuse your shadow has made up for you, ultimately you weren't willing to give up that state of victimhood. I think you've done that now. It may have been 3 months, 3 years even, since the last time you spoke to this person. So something's coming back around because we have 3, 9. You weren't supposed to be battling this on your own anymore. There was a lot that you've conquered and you had to go through it. You see that now. But this was the catalyst. Not because they did you wrong. Or they did anything wrong for that matter. No. They're just ever present. You're in awe of this energy. Because you recognize your counterpart. Wow. So powerful cards. 4 being here. 4, 3, 2. Yes, something's coming back around. And you're coming out of needing to push through, to stand up, to fight a victim state. Whereas you are at the mercy of external forces, lack of opportunities, your own inner struggles and battles, and lack of resources or of energy or of health or of time or whatever you perceive to be in lack of. You're being told that this person was what was supposed to end that lack or painful state of needing to fight, to struggle. They would have brought through security. You may be surprised how people who have been going through so much actually struggle to accept, even especially if they recognize it, something that's actually tangible, balanced, healthy, serene. It triggers them. They don't know how to handle happiness, financial security, and so on. They only know how to live in that state of fight, survival. And we see that in nature as well. You try and domesticate, for example, a wild animal. You would even feel selfish at one point because, right, why am I even doing this? Who says that they're not supposed to live exactly as they currently are? And I believe that's why this emperor did not really pursue, did not force anything upon you. They spoke once and that was it. They proposed, you said no. You said no. And your behavior actually pointed out towards, shouted, no, I cannot work with you either because I'm dysfunctional. I say one thing, I do another. I'm confused. You just clashed ultimately. You made sure, whether consciously or otherwise, that your behavior shows your unavailability, basically, your unwillingness to cooperate, your distrust in them, your disrespect towards them, or just general wise, your lack of interest in a relationship, general wise, an actual relationship, if you were to take it seriously. No, you can only handle toxic relationships. So when someone came up and say, listen, hey, this is what we're gonna do, somebody already determined that the two of you were gonna be together in a very tangible sense. And you got terrified. No, I'm gonna do things on my own, and so no. Someone's coming. You have to leave behind you all the ways in which you handled relationships up until now. You've only dealt with people that weren't willing to work with you either. That's why you keep manifesting that. It stems from lack of available emotional availability, openness. You're too terrified of getting hurt. So the passions, the fire, attitude or behavior, energy, etc., you're dropping all of this. The defensiveness that you had, you may have had even attempts of, defensive attack. I'm going to leave them before they're going to leave me, or I'm going to accuse them or react disproportionately to something they said by making assumptions, or there may have been an issue with communication as well. Sometimes it's just a matter of, language, and because their energy inspired everything that it needed to inspire. You couldn't go wrong with that. But once you determine that you don't want it, or you're terrified of it, you're either going to try and put it to the test, mold it, or turn it toxic in hopes that you could actually, take it if it's toxic. But it didn't work. They didn't play the toxic game. Let's play on each other's wounds and trigger each other. And no, this one plays no games. So are you ready? Are you done playing games? I know you've dealt with people that wouldn't work with you. They were hard to work with, if not impossible. You couldn't align with them or make plans that you can follow through with, even the simplest of plans. Not in a billion years, no matter how much you tried, right? And you felt that all the time, you felt you had to carry all the burdens on your own. No one to help you, to assist you, to participate, to support, to work with, no, to partner up with on a common goal or project, or no. You had to do everything on your own. This is telling you that time is over. So if I saw the Five of Pentacles to begin with, it is absolutely a return of someone that you yourself ultimately ended up saying no to, or refusing to work with, or turning problematic. Rather than coming out and saying, listen, I just cannot do this. It may have translated in various different manners. Again, in an attempt of your shadow to turn it, to bring it to a level that you could handle or you were used to. You try to turn it toxic and it didn't work. There's no toxicity in this person. It doesn't work. They're truthful and they live out from a place of integrity, authority. They know who they are, what they stand by, what they're capable of, their faults, their lacks, their virtues, their goals, their priority. They're always spot on. There's a level of maturity in them, and of energy and of focus and determination, and that allows for no doubts or spirits of doubt or confusion or deception, or to even, stand a chance on them. But that's all you ever knew. So inadvertently, you've started to play out some very toxic games yourself. Yeah. So there's a need to reassess or reevaluate the connection with someone that did you no wrong. It's definitely someone that you cannot either control, change, impose things upon. It's yay or nay, period. And they took it as a no because it was a clear no. I know in your mind it didn't translate as such. You may have even felt again that you were protecting yourself. There was nothing. He comes as a protector, a provider, a builder. They know what they're doing. They take accountability. They're owning up to their actions. They're ever transparent at the forefront. This is someone who's well known in their community, has absolute and hawk's eye on everything, is aware of the nature of reality, possible dangers, etc., but also is also able to continue to maintain a positive, expansive, explorative, joyful, and passionate outlook. This is a masculine in light mode, a builder. 4 is a number of foundations, the elements, and so on. What ultimately makes up the world. Someone who has both authority, high social standing, a good position, well respected, trusted. People go to him for solutions, for answers, even for fatherly advice, or as a mentor, as someone to look up to. Is the embodiment of the perfect masculine. He can be trusted, he's loyal, courageous, strong, both in their beliefs and in themselves, and honors everything who he feels he is or he's been called up to fulfill throughout his journey. He steps up. So he acknowledges a higher power. He understands why he's been granted or given certain positions, responsibility, even burdens and challenges, and takes on those challenges, makes the most out of them. Usually not in his own name, but rather in the name of a belief, level of faith, and so on. He has a powerful connection with the divine. He feels as if he's being divinely ordained and invested into fulfilling the task that he's fulfilling at any given time. His will is aligned with the divine one. He sees himself as a divine spark or a representative of a higher force on earth. He understands that whatever he does has an impact. Very capable, very skilled, very wise, very mature. Another major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. Some form of a missed opportunity, or something that you've encountered, someone that you've already encountered, that you literally left behind, said no to. And this 9 of Wands, with the fact that I saw 5 of Pentacles, even though it's a 3, 5 and 3 adds up back to 8. It's yet another number of needing to make an effort to start a new chapter in your life, a new job, your lifestyle would have changed. You needed to start putting some serious effort into something. But in order for you to be able to do that, you needed to believe in that connection. And I believe you did. You did feel that, this would have led up to something important in your life, if not the most important connection in your life. And that's precisely why you decided to leave it behind. You weren't ready. You didn't feel you could actually live up to it, which is good. You weren't ready. It's true. You weren't. Empress, you're ready now. Ha! Hallelujah. I'm sorry. It's wow. uh, if there was ever a power couple like Sigma power couple, there it is. Empress and Emperor. Complementary yet opposite. You're ready now. What else need we say? You're ready now. You're not a victim. They never treated you as such. As a matter of fact, they tried to have you be exactly what you are. So they treated you with maturity, coming from a place of understanding who you truly are beyond this broken, struggling self at the time. Not because they disregarded your struggle, because they were trying to tell you it's over. Okay, let's turn the leaf. Let's start this together now. We found one another. It's done. Let's go. But you say, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm so used to, being abandoned out in the cold. We cannot do this. We're not meant for one another. Look at us. And so, but there's so much lack of actual genuine information and so on. Regardless, as I said, you recognize as being each other's counterparts, divinely meant to be together. Marriage. This was gonna be that one connection, one relationship, twin flame dynamics. And you got terrified. 8. There it is, the 8. I saw a 5. We have a pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it got cut off again. Microcosm, rationality in reverse, false information. Your mental processes were definitely music, disregarding the harmony that you actually had on an energetical level. Destruction. In your mind, you felt you've avoided something terrible. There was nothing terrible about it. Work in reverse, that 8 that I was saying. Again, you see it? It's 7 into that 8. 7, it's assessment, perfection, opportunities, accepting someone's intentions or willingness or offers or proposals to actually attempt to assist you in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. You refused it. No, I'm on this on my own. I'm doing this on my own. Harmony in reverse. What is that? 16 or 7. Back to, okay. And sensuality. But the connection was there. But your whole body was triggered, obviously due to past trauma and etc., to respond to this as if it were a threat. Who can blame you? Microcosm again. You felt it in your center. You did. 4. You felt it. The actual alignment. You did feel it energetically. I called it. Look at it. That 5 that I saw. It's fear. It was fear. Fear of being abandoned again. Not by him. You couldn't put up with that. Even entertain that possibility. So you did it yourself. You acted out of fear. They were the one. There's an opportunity. They're coming back. They're still standing here. Okay, let me do this for you. I don't usually do this, what I would define as rather distracting, because most people have to focus on other things. But this is your degree. And own it, okay? Don't feel guilty or ashamed that nobody's perfect and you were a different stage. It was necessary for you to process all of this. As in, get a hold of yourself, in other words. This is nothing to laugh about, because, okay, it got cut off again. I'm going to try, pull a card for you. 5, 5, 5. So it's either 5 days on a 5th or around 5, evening, morning, etc. The 5th, Pentacles. He comes with an offer, but again, either in the night, he's making a decision in the night when nobody knows, nobody hears. He's awake at night. And the number is let me see, 49. 13 back to 4. Yes, making decision. So 4, maximum 5 days. And the scare in reverse. He's coming unexpectedly, but there will be no further fear. 6 of Swords, 21, free, and 4, 4. Yes, it's in 4 days. Queen of Swords, there you are. When you're calmed down, you've processed all of this, you're releasing death and transformation. She's the widow, she's alone, she's ready. Loyalty, 2 of Wands. New plans being made, as in strong characters as well. And here's the 3 of Wands, passions. And hope. There was still hope somewhere in your heart. You know that. Loyalty means that this connection actually has been a genuine, divinely ordained one. The 2 of you were meant to be together. And we have what? 10 of Swords in reverse. What you fear the most is not going to happen. Fear. We have, this is the widow, sorry. And this is fear. So someone is coming again with a tangible offer. They may be a traveler. Nobody knows. As I said, either in the night, hidden, or nobody knows. They themselves don't know how to handle this, in the sense, until they actually get to sit face to face to you and actually, you know, perceive you, connect with you, hear you out, get your answer. They're not gonna move further. So they're gonna talk to you. They're gonna speak clearly, and you need to make a decision. Yep. The letter, sorry. Letter or communication, music, and the 4 of Swords. When you're in rest mode, so they're connected to you with the level. Sorry, when you're not combative, when you're not resistant. It's perfect timing because they don't want to push. They're not going to push that proposal on you. That's why they never chase the military. They don't want to appear as forceful, so they're going to come with their heart in their hands. They themselves actually want to show you that other aspect of them, which I believe they did from the get-go, but you were trying to find some faults in them in order to justify your decision to move away. 2 of Swords, difference in views, ideas. 2 of Wands, there's a partnership here. And this is a 15, okay? 21, 44. So, yep, you're ready. There's something about sitting and waiting for some form of a communication. I don't want you to do that either, but I believe in your heart you have been hoping or waiting. Except they're not going to come when you wanted them to, how you wanted them to. This is either the unexpected visit, surprise visit of some sort. But again, at the same time, I don't want to shock you, but they need to communicate with you. There's movement towards you. Someone who is very just, transparent, honest, straightforward. They know what they want, they're determined. They come up with straight facts and truth. And they were hoping for you to have overcome that stage that you've shown them. That actually, you know, revealed to them that no way they could work with you in that state. They needed you, first and foremost, they wanted you to be sure of what you wanted. So there's been some faulty kind of a communication here. Either you wrote messages or sent them out, or did not, or blocked them after, or did not give them a manner to talk to you anymore. There was no actual communication per se here. But somehow they know that you still care. Your behavior, though, was so out of line, so out of order, so problematic. How am I going to work with her at this stage? So unless she makes it and remembers who she is, steps back into her energy, conquers or defeats this, there's nothing I can do. She will perceive me as a threat. I cannot be something that I'm not. So he recognized your need at the time to deal with someone that's either completely submissive or falls for whatever tricks you may have had up your sleeve, toxic patterns, runner chaser, arguing, etc. So unless they fulfill that specific role, you said, I'm not going to work with you. So you were trying to tell them who they need to be. They never did that to you. And it's not like an emperor can, become anything other than that. So, but in relation to you, actually, that shouldn't have been relevant, what they do for, sorry, yeah, you disrespected them. Because of your lack of realization or knowledge who they are as a person beyond the connection itself. Why is that relevant? Maybe I've accused them of certain things that they actually saw quite offensive and realized, no, you may have criticized them for whatever it is that they're doing and for work or job, or either way, that's it for love. If you've dealt with an emperor, and if you've managed to overcome all these patterns, etc., and the conviction that you need to struggle and always suffer and be on your own and so on, then you're ready. If not, then it means you're not. It means you have to fulfill something else. You're a different chapter in your life. But you are, because she's a Queen of Swords. She's ready. Shalom.